I don't care if that's resto. I really don't.
Oh, good. I don't want to code.
I don't care.
Teach me.
Bro, the health thing only took me only lunch block. That thing wasn't even that hard.
Oh, it's right here.
And it took me
Okay.
2 hours.
Your sense of
I was listening to music too.
I was
I was giving
You
it.
determine
I was just
the
getting
event
distracted.
that unfold in Act 2.
Bro, today was stupid. I wasted pretty much 2 hours watching.
Don't ask me to memorize it for you because I'm not going to
Finished
remember.
both my books.
Objective.
Yes,
I can follow the events of Act 1 and your agenda. Do now start Act 1 and Act 1 study guide.
No, I meant the
Alright. So this journal thingy that's on here. Right here. Right here.
That's really good. Okay, so
My teacher's not here.
I don't get too far.
Alright, read the sentence starter. Write a paragraph down. That's all.
Oh, we're already reading.
Use the word bank if necessary. If I could live anywhere, I would want to live and then you write your story. Your paragraph. So that's all we're doing today. And the crucible again. I fell asleep a couple during my time though, during that book. Miss Wells knows that. Right, Miss Wells?
I'm not nervous. It's just like I'm used
So
to
that's that. The word bank's up here. Can you see the word bank? Here you go.
gotta get used to doing work.
Oh, wait.
Here's this.
I was gonna give one for Alan.
So that's that.
I need to pee.
Have fun. Then go pee. Use the bathroom. I don't care. You can feel the floor. I don't care.
Alright.
The other one's in
No
that.
one luck.
Well, have them open the door.
He's special.
You're gonna talk about him in the room with him? That was
So
just
we're gonna start Act 1.
He knows.
We're gonna
friends.
do our Act 1 study guide. After
Aren't
you
you friends with Keith also?
do now.
Yes.
Sadly, if
Of course, my time's in the bathroom.
Go class, bye.
I was teaching Miss Walls.
We want you as friends. What?
Wait, I fell asleep during the crucible. Remember that?
Right here. Still.
Yes, I did. Yes, I
I
did.
also fell asleep with
I was falling asleep because I
That
realized
book
that they were. I read the instruction question and everything, and I was like, wait, they're reading the crucible. I fell asleep during that book.
Thanks
The only
for talking up. Thanks for talking up.
It's boring. Don't read the crucible. It's boring.
How were you?
As well.
Wait, you still have the books with the crucible. So
You
sad.
know why?
What? What?
Blue one. Big.
No. That's
I
all I
was
have.
like, you know what?
Yeah, these are
I'm going back to
I
sleep.
never had the two. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's it.
I got home at 6:30 on Monday. I was like, hell. Took a shower at like 7:40. I was like, alright, well, I'm
Do you
bored.
have the books? Thanks. Alright, guys, I'm giving you, Altari's giving you sticky things for your books. If for the last time.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are gonna get out your quick grades paper. We don't have that much time, so
Bro,
we'll
no
get
breaks.
started.
So,
Did you give me
just
Bill
no
Rights?
quick breaks.
I did. What? Did you guys need papers?
Did you give me Bill of Rights?
Did I give you? It should be. It would be in the.
Yeah, I
class.
mean, is this one?
That's it. Yeah.
What is it for? Is it for this?
Yep. So basically, I want you to write Amendment 8. Amendment 8. This last one. Amendment. Four. delivered.
Didn't we do this before?
Not this one, no.
Today's the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
11th.
Bruh.
Wait, no, you're still with me.
Huh?
Today's
It's
the
11th.
I wasn't here, that's why.
No, yesterday I think I wrote the 9th and all my papers yesterday. I could have possibly done that.
What you guys even do yesterday? I mean, not this class, I already know.
In house we just did chapter 15 worksheet.
So why don't you guys give me that paper so I can just do it at home on Monday or tomorrow?
Answer that question.
Right.
Quick rice paper.
I need to go to school this time.
Give me a few minutes, guys, because I have to finish.
First of all,
You're answering this question on quick rice paper. I don't know if you have it. You might have one in your folder. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have a phone.
No, on quick rice paper, it looks like that. I don't know if you have it.
Thank you.
Yeah, put it in.
It takes me like 2 hours.
Make sure I get that.
Today?
Yeah. Because, you know, history takes a long time to do it.
I know, like I said, I don't care when. Make sure I get it done.
I could go for
Like, what, 2 hours? Because, you know, history stuff,
Thank you, guys.
I just don't understand it. So I read it over like 15 times or 15, I don't remember how many times I did. But somehow I understand it. So, it's kind of strange, right? Homework's not gonna take hours.
No, it shouldn't.
I mean, if I was lucky, it might take 15 minutes.
Or whatever. There's a lot of places.
Guys, you answer this question?
I don't know where I'm gonna be. Maybe.
You can just say you would stay. If you don't want to go anywhere, you can say you want to stay in New Jersey.
I
I definitely
might
would not be
say-
staying in New Jersey.
I might say Jack.
Don't tell me. Write down.
I don't know.
you have a pencil?
You know those
Just give you one.
Chinese houses with the
Here.
capsule houses? You don't know the capsule houses? So basically, pretty much, I think China or Japanese, one of those.
Guys, write it down. Stop talking. Write it down. We'll talk about it.
I don't know.
We had to go wide up.
I'm explaining. what
Say it
this
again.
is.
Why? Yes. Always. Don't just say Alaska. Say why would you want to live in
Was it
Alaska?
Chinese or Japan who made the capsule houses?
I don't know.
I think I'm trying.
What is that?
The capsule house?
I'm gonna look it up.
It's not like a house, but it's like this tiny capsule. You would have like a TV, desk, or whatever.
Are you sure? Is
Yeah,
that
like a
China?
tiny
Japan.
place.
Japan.
Japan? Are you sure?
Yeah.
The reason why I would say I lived there is it's just tiny. Just do your thing.
Yeah, it's Japan.
Japan makes so many weird things. Also.
They even
Small bed-sized rooms known as capsules.
yeah, capsules.
And that's
They
creepy.
even have like these vending machines over there where you can like get burgers from a vending machine.
That's pretty cool.
That's why I would want to live there, so I could just check out all the different things. They even have toilets that speak to you. I'm like, what?
That's
Well, if
pretty
you
cool.
were, I don't know if you really want to live in Japan. If you were a child. Because Japan is really good for child.
I mean, it's pretty strict over there.
I heard that,
School is strict. My cousin teaches in Hong Kong, which is different than Japanese. But
I mean, like in some.
the kids are very so the issues we have in this country with kids in school is non-existent there because kids are trained to like be in school and to respect your teacher and you like work hard all the time and none of that like
I mean, Japan's way too
I
much.
don't do one of those things.
Work hard.
Yeah.
They give way too much homework.
I care for everybody.
Huh?
I'm sure they do. I don't know.
Yeah, especially
Guys, I can't think about what I'm doing because you guys are having conversations. Write this down. Be quiet for 5 minutes, please, so I can finish giving you answers for this. Okay? Alright, perfect. Because I'm like half listening to you and trying to focus on what I'm doing. Thank you.
not good to crack a fairy trip.
What?
It's not good to crack a fairy trip.
No, they say you're short for a sound. Nor cruel and unusual punishment. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
then,
So it's like,
here it talks about, right here,
It was
some
great.
confess and then they were children, so they confess. That shows cruel and unusual punishments.
Okay.
That,
I understand.
right? If you say, they were children. So it says, okay.
we'll take
Yeah, it's pretty simple. We'll take that.
2 seconds.
Okay. All right. If I could live anywhere, I want to live. Can I go first?
Yes.
You go second. I would love to live in Hawaii.
Wow.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's warm all the time. It's 80 degrees all year long. There's
Wow.
oceans. There's hiking. You can camp. It's beautiful. The people are pretty nice there because they want your money. They're nice tourists, but they don't necessarily want you to live there. And it's gorgeous. You guys want to see pictures of Hawaii? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Can I tell you mine real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say
I said,
Hawaii.
I said California.
Oh yeah, that's a good place too. That was my second.
Yeah, the reason being it's a good business move. It has nice weather all year round, and it gets
Yeah.
like you can stay humble. Like say you have a lot of money, you might see somebody that got more money than you, so it's gonna always make you to keep going up. You feel me? Like to work harder, harder. So
Oh
that
yeah, to
makes
try to
money.
like make something like to do
Yeah,
better or whatever.
Exactly, do better.
Oh,
So you
that's
don't feel like you're better than anybody. You can stay humble.
Who wants to go next? Next place.
I would choose Hawaii as well, but I chose Japan because I want it to be different than most of
Yeah,
them.
it's different.
I'm not that.
So, if I could live anywhere, it would be Japan. The reason why I chose Japan is because I would love to see the different culture they had depending on whatever they tend to do. It's different from what we do in New Jersey. And I would love to try out the live in the capsules and as well try out
This is
the
Hawaii.
diner
Gorgeous.
food vending machine stuff.
Isn't it gorgeous? That's
That is
Hawaii.
nice.
That was Hawaii. No, that's me. In the water, but there's pirates out there, yeah. And then they have turtles. This is a turtle. A giant turtles. This thing was probably.
actually went in Hawaii before.
I never went to Hawaii before, but I went.
Squishy.
Yeah, I went once. Before this, I hadn't gone. I only went once.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
Shell's part
Yeah.
was fine.
The turtle was like the size of that table. It was ginormous. Oh yeah, here's us like hiking. We're like walking across volcanic rock and stuff like that. It was so beautiful. Yeah, so Hawaii. So Japan, I don't know, I've never been to Japan.
Me either.
Terry, what do you say? You said China? What'd you say? Miami, so Florida. Florida's nice. I mean, it's warm. I haven't been
I
there
would never want
recently.
to go there. Too many racist people.
No, not in Florida.
Not in Florida. There's a lot of different cultures in Florida. A ton of different cultures in Florida.
I guess if you can, it's over here.
Depends on I mean, there's parts anywhere you go in the country, you'll find like parts that are.
But I think you think of it down south, like Georgia. I mean, not
yeah.
even Georgia, like Alabama.
And the parties.
Yes.
Yeah, Alabama. North Carolina, yeah, different.
I think more so the south, not really the
South,
east.
south.
Not really the east
East
coast.
is always good.
The soul.
Or west.
West,
West is
West is the
accepting.
best.
Soul
West Coast is
stuff.
accepting.
They 3 hours back, right?
Say it again?
3 hours back, right? So like today, it's like.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, like, it's like 9
California was, I think Hawaii was my second place. I'm really torn between like Montana, Wyoming / California because Montana was really cool because they have a ton of like wildlife
Only-
there, but it's cold as heck.
Yeah,
And like basically
downgrade,
you get like feet of snow every year, and I don't think I want to deal with that.
only downgrade about California, they have a lot of forest fires.
That and it's expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying I would move out there when I know I'm fine nature and stable.
Yeah, I love some parts because you could live in like California and go to like a beach ritzy part where the rich people live, and you could go out in the middle of the woods and like there's nobody out there. So it just depends like where. That's what California has it all.
Yeah, facts. That's
Yeah.
exactly
So maybe now you convinced me. I think my second place is definitely California. Hawaii definitely number one because it was beautiful. And
You ever been to California yet? Oh,
yeah, I've been to California. I've been to
Isn't
California.
Hawaii more costly than?
Yes, Hawaii is probably one of the most expensive states to live in. I think California's up there too. Hawaii is very expensive because everything has to be imported because they don't have it's in the middle of the ocean, right? And it's like little islands, so like there's nothing out there. So like meat, that kind of stuff's imported. If you were to move there and you have an animal, a dog, cat, whatever, they quarantine your animal for up to 6 months, I think, because they do not have rabies in Hawaii. So because of that, if you come there If the dog is not born in Hawaii and it comes from another place, they have to quarantine it.
What's that mean? They kill it?
No,
No,
it means to keep
they-
it in the kennel and watch, observe it to make sure it doesn't have rabies. Test it, because you can't. I don't think you can test for rabies unless the animal's dead and they test the
Yeah.
brain. So they can't test it for rabies, which is why they have to keep your animal secluded or whatever, like for I think it's 6 months. I could be wrong. I'll have to look it up later.
6 months? So
It's
then
a long. Also knows it's a long time to be separated from your animal. If you come there, if the animal's born there, let's say you bring your dog's in quarantine for 6 months. It comes there, it has puppies. The puppies will be fine because they're born there. See what I'm saying? And I think Hawaii. I'm not sure. I don't think they have snakes.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
These are the top 10
Oh, you're looking it up. Awesome. Cool.
most expensive places to live in the
Okay,
world.
go ahead. I'm excited.
Singapore, Paris, France, Zurich, Switzerland, Hong Kong,
Hong Kong. Really, Hong Kong.
Oslo,
Switch.
Oslo, Norway,
Mm-hmm.
Gardner, Switzerland, Seoul, South Korea, I cannot say that word.
Let's see.
Cool. Copenhagen.
Copenhagen, Denmark.
Tel Aviv, Israel, and Sydney, Australia.
Can you look up the top expensive states in New Jersey in the United States?
That's what I'm doing now.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
it.
basically we weren't on there, but like yeah, Paris is really expensive. I know that it is expensive because I've tried to like look up vacations there. And it's like really expensive to go there, but I don't know.
is it beautiful?
I think so, but I've never been there.
They call Paris the town or
How about
city
London?
of love.
Alright,
Yeah.
so New York City, New York.
Uh huh.
New York is not more expensive than Cali.
It says it is
San
it's
Francisco, California.
It really is.
California comes second.
second.
I think
Is
it's-
Hawaii on
New
there?
York, have you ever bought ice cream? That thing's like $20.
Honolulu?
But I'm
Hawaii,
saying
yeah, okay,
California
got
is
some.
bigger too, so
New
that's
York is more expensive than
Massachusetts.
Boston, okay.
Washington,
York,
D.C.
Uh-huh.
Oakland, California. San
Wow.
Jose, California.
California's
San
up there.
Diego, California.
So basically California's on there like 5-6 times.
Los
Those are
Angeles,
cities.
California.
If you go by
And
straight
then Miami,
states,
Florida.
Miami, Florida is
Why is
expensive.
New Jersey not
Wow.
up there? What?
Now I'm
Yeah, we
thinking
pay the most in taxes.
Yeah, we pay so much on taxes.
Can you like go to like West Hampton, New Jersey? Like okay.
New
Interesting.
Jersey would be first.
I didn't even think about New York City, but yeah, New York.
it is expensive, but California is so much bigger. I don't understand how.
There's like 4 or 5 cities on there that are expensive
Yeah.
for California. So California, I think as a whole beats New York
Yeah.
because
Yeah, that's what
it's
I'm
one
saying.
city in New York. There's like 4 in
Yeah,
California.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it
But I
New
think
York?
Like
California.
Calabasas, like
I would love to live in California.
Alright, so this is coming from least to most, and
Okay.
this is 25.
Okay.
Virginia Beach, Virginia.
This is most or least.
Least to most.
Okay, so least expensive. Okay.
Bakersfield, California. New
California.
I've never heard
Orleans.
that.
New Orleans, really.
Brownsville, Texas.
You don't have to say a city. You can just say, oh, I guess you could.
San Jose, California again.
It's California, California, California.
I gotta go on a different website because this is just taking 5 minutes to
Sweet home.
I like California. It's nice. Has anyone else been to California besides me and
No.
Sean? None of you guys have been to California? No.
What?
Probably go to Florida.
Montana was not cool,
I think
but like if you want to there's basically nothing there. But I mean, if you like to hike and like that kind of stuff,
Oh,
I went to the Hollywood
I
sign,
love
too.
hiking.
I don't like walking.
I love hiking.
I went to Hollywood sign.
I never went there when I was in California. We did San Francisco.
Yeah, that was like that's more than me.
We did San Francisco. We did
So
Fisherman's
New
Wharf.
Jersey is on one of them.
Is Princeton on there? New Jersey. Where's Princeton?
No,
I want to go to
mine.
I want to go to
New
Canada.
Jersey?
North Jersey. These are all North Jersey places.
I want to go to
We're not even close, right?
The most expensive in Jersey is probably Morristown.
Morristown's expensive. Haddonfield's expensive.
Highland.
Trenton's not expensive.
What?
Oh, Burlington. Yeah, yeah.
Burlington's really expensive. Depending on where you're going, it's like.
Edgewood,
Yeah.
a house in Edgewood is like $200,000 and up.
That's
What?
affordable. Like a nice price range. I don't know.
I live in an apartment. I I spend.
What were you gonna say? Where would you choose to live?
I would want to live in Finland.
Finland?
What Finland?
I want to visit. You know where I want to visit? Bali or like one of those like places you can rent a hut on the ocean. You know what I'm talking about? It has like the floors that are like it's like a sandals kind of has it. It's like a you rent it like a hut, but it's like over the water hut. And you can the floor is glass. Yes, the glass floor. You can see all the fish. I would love Bali. And what's the other one I'm thinking of? It's Bali and there's another Bora Bora.
Never.
Bali and
I
Bora
want to go to
Bora.
Bora Bora, yeah.
Yeah, I actually but it's like it's a
Bora
fly
Bora,
there. I think it's a long
starts with a
flight.
D.
See, Hawaii is like 13 hours on plane, and I think Bora Bora or Bali are even further.
I'm gonna go. What is it called? It's called. It starts with a D.
Where it was, I forgot where it was at. but
Dubai.
There's this
Dubai.
tall tower, but the floor is glass.
Yes.
You see everything down below.
That's pretty cool.
Alright,
They just-
so this is 20
Okay.
I think it's
cities in the US. Fairbanks, Alaska.
Most expensive or least?
I think it's going from least to most
Okay.
because it's counting from 20 down.
Okay.
That's what I would think.
Alaska.
Another place in Alaska.
Yeah. You don't have to repeat if it's the same state, just say like how.
Portland, Oregon.
Oregon. Never been there.
Another place in Alaska.
Alaska, there's nothing there.
Stoneford, Connecticut.
Stanford.
I want to go to Yellowstone.
It's beautiful. I've been there too. Gorgeous. These things I did when I had money, before I had children.
I was
Now my children take all my money.
Virginia.
So when they're grown, I'll do it more.
I want to go to
So they keep like a lot.
It's just because you have to pay for childcare until they go to school. It's expensive. You
How
have to pay
much
for-
is it?
Once they're in kindergarten.
Virginia.
That's why I don't want to
That's a lot.
have kids till I'm ready. Like once I'm done with the world, I might as well have kids.
No.
Beth is the MD.
Maryland.
You want to do it when you just
San Diego.
finished or something.
Los
Of
Angeles.
course, once you're like 30 or something, it's like complete then. When
Orange County. Boston.
Because you still want to
Boston's
live
nice.
your life
Queens.
and then eventually have kids. Because if you don't live your life, you're like miserable.
Oakland. Seattle.
Seattle.
Washington.
26 is young.
Brooklyn. The place you said in Hawaii.
Why?
San Francisco.
Yeah, I believe that.
And then Manhattan again.
Wow. Interesting. So New York and Hawaii are up there. Cool. Where did you want to live, Jazz? You never answered.
Germany.
Germany. I've never been there. I haven't been anywhere in Europe. I've been a ton of places in the United States. Like, I've been to California. I've been to
You ever been to New York?
Yes, I've been to New York. I've been to California. I've been to Hawaii. I've been to Yellowstone, which is in Montana and Wyoming. I've been to Idaho. I've been to.
Yeah, I ain't never left the United
Where else
States.
have I been? Montana again. I've been to Bahamas. I've been to St. Lucia. I've been to where else? Forgetting someplace. I think that's it.
Really, all I've been is to New York,
I said
Atlanta,
California.
Georgia,
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Connecticut. I've been to Maine. I was in Maine, which is like nice, but like it's cold. Maine. I've been to a lot of places in the United States. I haven't been to. I've only been to St. Lucia and Bahamas outside the U.S.
No,
and
Cancun
Canada.
is?
Canada.
Cancun.
Yeah, Mexico. I've never been to Mexico.
I don't like
I was real close to Mexico though. Like
Yeah.
California, Mexico, right
I
there.
get nervous about going to Mexico only because some parts are dangerous, and also with the whole water thing. If you drink water, you can get sick. A lot of people I've known have gone to Mexico. If you drink the water, or if you don't drink the water, but you have like a drink that has ice cubes in it, you could get sick.
Why?
From in Mexico, the water's not.
It's not the same as United States, right?
No, it's not. If you're in, it's another country. New Mexico is a state within us, but Mexico is separate or not. But they don't have the same water
How do you have
filtration
different
system we
water?
have. How?
Water is
Well,
water.
we all get our water from different places, like so it just depends where they get their water, and they don't. I don't think they have a lot of. I think their sewage treatment's different. But think about it. Have you ever tried? Most of you guys don't have well water. You guys ever tried water that wasn't like from the sink, like well water or whatever? Water tastes different. Water tastes different. Water tastes different depending on where you get it from.
Tap water tastes
Looks pretty
different than
good.
the actual bottled water.
It's good.
I'm
Yeah,
doing
bottled
water
water is sink water tastes different than bottled water, and it tastes different than
I
bottled
don't
water.
like city water because it has like
The metallic taste
But
something
you
like that.
tell the guests about the
I mean,
steak.
how about save
I like that
money?
pure
Alright,
It's
I'll
good.
tell you what.
I mean, you save money, right? From tap water.
Yeah, it's true.
This is what's
And it's still.
Did you guys all get a sticky thing, majiggity?
What's the sticky at?
Okay, you got one. See you in a
Oh.
minute. Okay, so anyway, so we talked about like some concepts. We talked about some concepts with the anticipation guide being like there's going to be characters that face situations. We talked about like what adultery was. We talked about about lies. And, when is a lie a lie? When should somebody when should you feel guilty about situations? We talked about age. Yeah, go ahead. We talked about what are some more things we talked about yesterday? We talked about is all fair with love and war? Is what were some other things? We talked about basically a bunch of different things yesterday. So all those things are themes or things that you're gonna see come up in the story. So anyway, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty self-explanatory. So
actually,
basically, guys, you it takes place in Salem, Massachusetts. Okay, they are Puritan, which means that they were from England. They left England to be able to practice religion freely. So instead of being Catholic, they wanted to be Puritan. So they left England, came to United States, settled in Salem, Massachusetts, and they're practicing being Puritans. We said Puritans. We didn't start reading it now.
How much of a main character is Paris?
Somewhat main, but Abigail's main, John Proctor's main,
So Abigail's
Hale's
more
main.
than Paris.
Reverend Paris is like, yeah, you want to be Abigail. You're Proctor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Anyway, so they settle in Salem, Massachusetts, and Puritans are the type of people that emphatically follow the Bible, which means anything that's literally in the Bible they believe. So basically, if you were Puritan, if you went out against and talked bad about the religion or the Bible or whatever, they considered you to be with the devil. And if anything was different about you, if you believed anything different, they thought that you were the devil. So basically, the devil was everywhere, and the devil was coming to take us down. And because Puritans were thought to be so holy and close to God, if you were a Puritan, they thought that the devil wanted to take you to hell more because you were so close to God as a Puritan. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So basically, Puritans were considered more holy than anybody else. Okay. Okay. So anyway, so what happens? So basically, what happens is we have. Is there a list? So during this time in history, this is written in the 60s. There was something called McCarthyism going on, which was basically when people were accused of being communists. So, right. So during this time, we were afraid of Russia, and we thought that everyone was a communist and that they were trying to come for the United States. So
That's why
basically,
it's 600. That's what Russia is.
yeah,
Speaking
during all that time. So like basically, it was written as kind of like to show what would happen if something like that happened in the United States again, but it was in the 1850s. This book was set in. Okay, so that was what was going on then. During that time, people were afraid of communists and being forced to be communists. Okay, so it was written in the 60s, but it was set in the 1850s. So basically, during this time period, they lived in houses with no electricity. They had outhouses. Women wore long clothing and skirts, and remember I talked about they showed their ankles, they were considered promiscuous, yeah.
I was just looking
My phone is
at
out there.
the
Yeah.
names.
My phone's out there before.
There's Paris, Abigail, and
Please.
Proctor,
My phone's fine.
Harris, Abigail, Proctor, Hale,
Where's Proctor?
Proctor's in there somewhere. So let me get started, we'll talk about it.
Here.
Okay, so, we're not,
There's.
Yeah. My phone's out.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys if you look at, I'm not gonna read the overture with you guys because it's basically a bunch of information, but basically what happened is there's one reverend in charge of the church that's in charge of the town. So the reverend's name was Paris, okay? So Paris is in charge of the town of Salem, and they all are supposed to look up to him. But during this time period, people didn't like Paris because they felt like he talked too much about the devil. And so during this time, people
I
were
like
not
the devil.
happy with Reverend Paris being the Reverend, and some people, started some trouble for him. So we have that situation going on. What else?
So what type of person is Abigail?
Homewrecker.
What does that mean?
I don't want to spoil it for you. You'll
No,
find
I
out.
want to know what it means, honestly.
She's a troublemaker.
Oh, that is definitely.
Think about what we talked about with the adultery and with the.
Yeah.
So she probably was involved in something she wasn't supposed to be involved in. Cause anyway, stop spoiling it all. Let's go through. Okay, anyway,
That's
so
definitely a good part.
stay along. So anyway, this happened during like 1850s, like I said. So we had basically anybody that was against their religion was considered, with the devil, and that's why a lot of people were accused of being witches when they weren't. And basically, after this happened, they ended up setting up the court system and everything like that because people were, like we read in the beginning, if you would just be accused of being witch and you were like hanged or tortured to confess. So a lot of people died when they were innocent. Okay. So basically, what happened is it ended up getting away from them. So do you think a lot of people that were accused were actually witches? No, they weren't. So basically, people ended up taking vengeance on people they didn't like by calling them witches, and then they ended up being hanged or whatever. And it also will see that the people were after others for, besides that they didn't like them, if they wanted your land or your money, they would like, because basically if you were condemned a witch, your land was forfeited and your family couldn't take your land. So say, like I had a brother, say I was married, I died because I was a witch, and then my husband died and said he was a witch. So basically my kids, even if we had children, wouldn't get our property, and it would be auctioned off to the highest bidder so somebody could buy out my land. So basically people were accusing each other so they could buy the land too after.
Damn.
Yes, basically people use this whole idea of witchcraft as an excuse to like take vengeance out on people. Alright? So anyway, we're gonna start with so Tituba is Reverend Paris's slave. She's from Barbados and she works for Reverend Paris, okay? So we have Paris who's the Reverend. Abigail is is one of the main characters. She is Paris's niece. Okay, and we'll kind of some other people in here. We have Susanna. She's like a servant girl. She doesn't have a major part.
I'll be Paris.
So we need Tituba. I can do Tituba because she's a new character. Who's Paris?
Me.
You're Paris.
Every time.
You said Abigail.
No.
Or I don't know. Yeah, you can be Susanna. Susanna. She's living in the We need. Putnam is not a major part too. He's a guy in the town who's rich. He's a rich guy. Do you want to be him? Rich guy, Putnam.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, and then so I have Paris. I have Abigail. Paris. Mrs. Putnam. I guess I can do that one.
Yeah,
Macy.
Mercy is not a major character either. She's like a servant.
I can do her when
Okay,
it's
that's
not
fine.
on Abigail.
It's not Abigail. Okay, so I think we're good. So we got everybody. Since Proctor to come in. Who do you want to be then, Terry? Because we're not gonna get to Proctor. You want to do
There's Mary and Betty.
Putnam comes on 27th, right?
Yeah, he was gonna do Putnam. Sean, unless he wants to give it to you.
Oh, I don't have to read that.
Putnam.
That's fine.
We're doing Susanna.
Oh, not Putnam.
Yeah, Susanna only reads
Proctor comes. Okay, if we get there, I don't know.
Because Susanna reads up to
She only reads a few times. Suzanne is like she's a
not a main character.
no. Alright, so we're gonna start on page 14, so we're pretty much good. Alright, so Paris, italicize guys, the italicize, like raising the sun, italicize is stage directions and the narrator. Very
Wait,
good.
14?
14. So italicize is stage directions, as well as there's nothing in parentheses. Basically, it's stuff that's stage directions is narrator / all read that. Paris is praying now, and though we cannot hear his words, a sense of this confusion hangs about him. He mumbles, that then seems about to weep, then he weeps and prays again, but his daughter does not stir on the bed. The door opens, and his slave Tituba enters. Tituba is in her 40s. Paris brought her with him from Barbados, where he spent some years as a merchant before entering the ministry. She enters as one who can no longer bear to be barred from the sight of her beloved. But she is also very frightened because her slave sense has warned her that, as always, trouble in this house eventually lands on her back. So because she's a slave, she's considered inferior, so a lot of times she would get in trouble in Betty, be a birdie soon?
Out of here.
Backing the door. My Betty not gonna die. Scrambling to his feet in a fury.
Out of my sight.
She is gone.
Out of my.
He is overcome with sobs. He clamps his teeth against it and closes the door and leans against it.
Oh my God! God help me.
Quaking in fear, mumbling himself through his sobs, he goes to the bed and gently takes Betty's hand.
Child, dear child, will you awake? Will you open up your eyes? Betty, little one.
He's bending to kneel again when his niece Abigail Williams, 17, enters. A strikingly beautiful girl, an orphan, with an endless capacity for dissembling. Dissembling means to like cause trouble.
I love how she's 17.
Now, she's 17 yet. Now she is all worry and apprehension and propriety.
Uncle,
He looks to her.
Susan Wilcott's here from Dr. Griggs.
Oh, let her come. Let her come.
Leaning out to the door to call Susanna, who is down the hall a few steps.
Come in, Susanna.
Susanna Walcott, a little younger than Abigail, a nervous, hurried girl, enters eagerly.
What does the doctor say?
Praying around Paris to look at Betty. Susanna, keep
Oh,
it.
I was thinking. What? I was thinking backing around Paris to get.
No, you say he bid me come. He bid me come to tell you. Alright, I'm gonna take your part. He bid me come to you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot discover no medicine for it in his books.
Then
Wait,
he
I'm not
must.
supposed to be here.
We're on page 15 at the bottom where it says Susanna.
Wait.
I just read that.
Then
But
he must search on.
I, sir, he have been searching his books since he left you, sir. But he bid me tell you that you might look to unnatural things for the cause of it. So what does he say? The doctor says I cannot find any reason for your daughter to be sick, so it must be witches and the devil. His eyes going wide.
No, no. There be no unnatural causes here. Tell him I have sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly. And Mr. Hale will surely confirm that. Let him look to medicine and put out all the thought of unnatural causes here. There be none.
Okay, so he doesn't want to think that it's a devil because if it's a devil, they're going to say he wasn't a good minister. Because he's a good minister is supposed to keep all the devil and the witches away from his people. Okay, that's why he doesn't want to admit that that's why he doesn't want people to think that there's witches in Salem. Okay, Susanna says, you know, read down.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting. Alright, sir. He bid me tell you.
She turns to go.
Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home and speak of nothing of unnatural causes.
Alright, sir. I pray for you.
She goes out.
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about, I think. You would best go down and deny it yourself. The parlor is packed with people, so I'll sit with her.
Press turns on her.
And what shall I say to them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathens in the forest?
Ooh, so Paris found them dancing in the forest. They're not supposed to dance. Puritans are not supposed to have any kind of fun. So they were dancing and they got caught. So they're not supposed to be dancing first off, and then secondly, you'll find out that they weren't doing anything innocent there. You'll find out a little bit more about what they were doing. But
Ooh.
they were doing witchy stuff, okay? Go ahead, Abigail.
Uncle, we did dance. Let you tell them I confessed it, and I'll be whipped if I must be. But speaking of witchcraft, Betty's not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation.
Congregation, that means like people of the church.
When I know you have not opened with
I
me.
mean, like, you haven't told me the truth, that's what you mean by that.
What did you do with her in the forest?
If you guys haven't figured out already, Betty, his daughter, who's Abigail's cousin, is laying on the bed like, no, she won't wake up, she's just laying there, they don't know what's wrong with her. And so he's saying that he found them dancing in the woods the night before, and now all of a sudden Betty's acting strange and she won't wake up. So now they're like, what were you doing in the woods? Why is she acting strange? Okay? Got it. Abigail.
We did dance, Uncle, and when you leaped out of the bush so suddenly, Betty was frightened, and then she fainted, and did the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
Quavering as she sits.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her daily.
Now you look, now look you, child. Your punishment will come in its time. But if you traffic this with the spirits in the
That means
forest,
if you were like doing witchy stuff and going with the devil, then they're gonna find out.
I must know it now, for surely my enemies will. and they'll rule me with it.
But we never conquered spirits. Conjured spirits.
Then why can she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate.
Abigail lowers her eyes.
It must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Let me know what you have done there. Abigail, do you understand that I have many enemies?
I have heard of it, Uncle.
There's a faction that is sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
So he's saying I have enemies. People are going to find out that the devil is in Salem and they're going to blame me and then I'm going to be, they're not going to want to listen to me. They might kick me out of my ministry. That's what he said.
Now then, in the midst of such desperation,
Disruption.
of disruption, my own household is discovered to be the very center of some obscene practice. Abominations are done in force.
It was for Uncle.
Pointing at Betty.
You call this a sport?
She lowers her eyes. He pleads.
Abigail, if you know something that may help the doctor, for God's sake, tell it to me.
She is silent.
I saw Tulip waving her
Tituba.
arms.
Tituba.
Who?
Tituba. That's
Oh,
the slave.
Tulip,
Yeah.
I call it Tulip. Tituba waving her arms over the fire when I came on you. Why was she doing that? And I heard a screeching and gibberish coming from her mouth. She was swaying like a dumb beast over that fire.
She always sings her birthday songs and we dance.
I cannot blink what I saw, Abigail, for my enemies will not blink it. I saw a dress lying on the grass.
Innocently.
A dress?
It's very hard to say.
It
I.
is very hard, but why?
AYE means I, like yes. It says I, a dress.
Oh, whoops,
That's okay.
it is very hard to say. I, a dress. And I thought I saw someone naked running through the trees.
Okay, so they were like, some of them were naked, they were like conjuring spirits, yeah. So like, all this did happen, he caught them, okay, but they won't admit it to him. And since then, he's been like, not.
Was it witchy stuff?
Yeah, they were. They explained what they were doing. They were not doing. They were doing something they weren't supposed to be doing because they're Puritans and because they shouldn't be involved in dancing and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Go ahead, Abigail. In terror.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself, Uncle.
Okay, lie number 1. She says she doesn't know what they were doing. They weren't conjuring spirits, and no one was naked. She's already lied them 3 times. All right, go ahead, Paris. With anger,
I saw it.
he moves from her, then resolved.
Now tell me the truth, Abigail. And I pray you feel the weight of the truth upon you. For now my
Ministries.
ministry at stake. My ministry and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you your cousin's life. Wait, what?
Whatever abomination you have done, give me all of it now.
For I dare not to be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
He's basically saying, is there something you're not telling me? Because if you're not telling me something, I'm gonna find out, and they're gonna blame me. Okay.
There's nothing more, I swear, Uncle.
Liar. Claire studies her. The nods have convinced.
Abigail, I have fought here 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me. And now, just now, when some good respect is rising from you in the parish, you compromise my very character. I have given you a home, child. I have put clothes upon your back. Now give me upright answer.
So he's saying, give me the truth, okay?
Your name in the town. It's entirely white, is it not?
Okay, so he's asking her, what does that mean? Is your name entirely white? So he's basically asking her, is she like a good girl? Is she an honest girl? Is she? Now, it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about her name. Like, does she have a good reputation? That's what's asking her. Like, is she a good person? That's what's asking her. Not about her virginity. She's not asking her about her virginity. She's asking about
I know.
if she's is she a good person? Is she honest? Okay.
Does not seem like it.
She's not. Yeah. All right. With an edge of resentment.
Why am I sure? Why I am sure it is sure. There'll be no blush about my name.
To the point.
Abigail, is there any other causes than you have told me for your being discharged from
Goody. Goody means Mrs. It's another word for Mrs. Goody Proctor's service.
I have heard it said, and I tell you, as I heard it, that she comes so rarely to the church this year, and for she will not sit too close to something soiled. What signification signify that remark?
So he's saying that she's a soiled, that's why she doesn't come to church anymore. So she was fired from the Proctor's service. We'll find out why. That's who she used to work for.
She hates me, Uncle, too much, for I would not be her slave. It's a bitter woman, a lying, cold, sniveling woman, and I will not work for such a woman.
She may be, and yet it has troubled me that you are now 7 months out of their house, and in all this time, no other family has ever called for your service.
They want slaves, not such as I let them send to others for that. I will not black my face for any of them.
With an ill-concealed resentment at him.
Do you degrade my bed, Uncle?
No.
In a temper.
My name is good in the village. I will not have it said my name is soiled. Goody Proctor is a gossiping liar.
Okay, enter Mrs. Ann Putnam. She's a twisted soul of 45, a death-ridden woman haunted by dreams. So now everyone's coming to the church because they heard about Betty. They want to know what's going on. So they're all coming there to find out. And so Mrs. Putnam is just another woman. She is the wife of Mr. Putnam, who is the richest guy in the village. Okay. Paris, as soon as the door begins to open.
No, I cannot have anyone.
He sees her and a certain deference springs into him, although his word remains.
Why? Come in.
Goody Putnam. Come in. Mrs. Putnam, full of breath, shiny-eyed. Is that me? Who's Mrs. Putnam?
Wait, are you?
Yeah, I guess so. It is a marvel. It is surely a stroke of hell upon you.
I can do her.
Okay, God.
Well,
No,
you just
but they
that.
put him, and it is.
Glancing at Betty.
How high did she fly? How high?
No, she never flew.
Very pleased with it.
Why, it shows she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over Inglesell's barn and come down light as a bird, he says.
Now look you, Goody Putnam.
Putnam, say it right. Putnam.
Putnam. She never.
Enter Thomas Putnam. This is her husband. A well-to-do, hard-handed landowner near 50.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Putnam.
Putnam.
I would say
I'm Sean, you're Putnam, right?
Yeah.
It is a Providence.
Miss,
Page 19.
it is a Providence. The thing is out now. It is a Providence.
He goes directly to the bed.
What's out, sir? What?
Mrs. Putnam goes to the bed, looking down at Betty.
Her eyes is closed. Look at you, Ann.
Why, that's strange.
Paris,
Ours is open.
shocked,
Your Ruth is sick?
with vicious certainty.
I'll not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death. You know it's death driven into that foot in her.
Oh, pray not. Why? How does Ruth ail?
She ails that too much. She never woke this morning, but her eyes open, and she walks and hears not. She sees not and cannot eat. Her soul is taken surely.
Paris is struck. Okay, so now 2 girls are sick, not just 1. Okay. Putnam, as though for further details. They say you.
They said you sent for Burnham Hill of Beverly.
With dwindling conviction now.
And
Caution.
precaution only. He has much experience in all the demonic arts, and I.
He has indeed, and found a witch in Beverly last year, and let you remember that.
Now, Goody Ann. They only thought that we're a witch, and I am certain there be no element of witchcraft here.
No witchcraft. Now look at you, Mr. Paris.
Thomas, I pray you, leave not to witchcraft. I know that you least of all, Thomas, would ever wish so disastery a charge laid upon me. We cannot leap to witchcraft. They will howl at me of sound of such corruption in my house.
So basically saying if they find out there's witchcraft here, then they're gonna I'm gonna lose my job, I'm gonna be kicked out of this town, because how could a reverend's daughter be influenced by the devil? So we're gonna blame him. So he's worried about what? His reputation. Okay? And you'll see that Paris, everything he does and says is to uphold his reputation. That's the only thing he cares about. He doesn't care about his kid, he doesn't care about his family, he cares about himself and his reputation. Okay? Okay, so I'm gonna read this part. So you're worried about Thomas Putnam. So this is about Thomas Putnam. He's the rich guy. He was a man with many grievances, at least one of which appears justified. Some time before, his wife's brother-in-law, James Bailey, had been turned down as minister of Salem. Bailey had all the qualifications and a 2/3 vote into the bargain, but a faction stopped his acceptance for reasons that are not clear. Thomas Putnam was the eldest son of the richest man in the village. He had fought the Indians at Narragansett and was deeply interested in parish affairs. He undoubtedly felt it poor payment that the village should so blatantly disregard his candidate for one of its more important offices, especially since he regarded himself as the intellectual superior of most of the people around him. His vindictive nature was demonstrated long before the witchcraft began. Another former Salem minister, George Barrows, had to borrow money to pay for his wife's funeral, and since the parish was remiss in his salary, he was soon bankrupt. Thomas's brother John had Barrows jailed for debts the man did not owe. The incident is important only in that Barrows succeeded in becoming minister where Bailey, Thomas Putnam's brother-in-law, had been rejected. The motif of resentment is clear here. Thomas Putnam felt that his own name and the honor of his family had been smirched by the village, and he meant to right matters however he could. Another reason to believe him a deeply embittered man was his attempt to break his father's will, which left a disproportionate amount to his stepbrother. As with each other public cause in which he tried to force his way, he failed in this. So it's not surprising to find that so many accusations against people are in the handwriting of Thomas Putnam, or that his name was so often found as a witness corroborating a supernatural testimony, or that his daughter led the crying out at the most opportune junctures of the trial, especially when, but we'll speak of that when we come to it. So basically Thomas Putnam had many enemies, and he probably started this whole, went along to this whole witchcraft thing because he had, debts he wanted to pay people. Putnam says, at the moment he is intent upon getting Paris for whom he has only contempt to move forward toward the abyss. Putnam, Mr. Paris.
Don't be.
Mr. Paris, I have taken your part in all of the contention here, and I will continue. But I cannot if you hold back in this. There are harmful eventual, if you hold back, Chloe. Sir, it's laying hands on these children. But, Thomas, you cannot.
And Mr. Ferris, what you have done?
Brother Paris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized in the earth, believe me, sir. You never saw more hardy babies born, and yet each would wither in my arms the very night of their birth. I have spoken of them, but my heart has clamored in temptations, and now this year my only, I see her turn straight. A secret child she has become this year, and shrivels like a sucking mouth were pulling on her life too, and so I thought to send her to you to be here. Paris.
Tituba.
Tituba. What made Tituba?
Okay, so now Mrs. Putnam's saying I sent my daughter to talk to Tituba, and now she's acting strange. Okay. Mrs. Putnam says.
Tabia knows how to speak to them, Mr. Harris.
It is formidable since it can enjoy
Conjure.
the dead.
I take it on myself, but who else may surely tell us what person murdered my baby?
Horrified.
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Harris, and make this proof. Make it. Last night my roots were over so close to their little spirits. I know, sir, for how close is she struck down now, except some power of darkness would stop her mouth. It is a marvelous sign, Mr. Paris.
Don't you understand it, sir? there is a murdering which among us bound to keep herself in the dark.
Paris turns to Betty, a frantic terror rising in him.
Let your enemies make of what they will. You cannot pluck it more.
To Abigail,
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
whispering.
Not I said to be unmoved.
Okay, so now she tells the truth, but she also was involved. Okay. Harris turns now in new fear, goes to Betty, looks down at her, and then gazing off.
Oh, Abigail.
Wait, I'm too.
Oh, Abigail. What proper payment for my charity? Now I am undone.
You are not undone. Let you take for here. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare yourself you have discovered witchcraft.
So he's saying you should just tell people that you found the witch, because if you pretend that it doesn't exist, then they're going to think that you were involved in it. Okay, so basically Mrs. Putnam asks Ruth to conjure dead spirits, so she goes to Tituba, and that's what they're all doing in the woods, trying to find out what happened to Ruth's sisters, I guess. So Mrs. Putnam goes on to say how many children she's had have died, and she thinks that it was a witch that did it, and that it wasn't. Think about it, during this time period, they didn't have medicine, they didn't have drugs, so like sometimes people would give birth and a lot of their children would die. That's why a lot of people had many children. Their children would die young, or then women would die in childbirth because we didn't have modern medicine. So sometimes
When they had to like
people would have like 10.
when they had to saw the organs for birth.
For C-sections and stuff?
Yeah.
I think a lot of time, I don't know if they did that. I think if you needed a C-section, you would just die most of the time. Because they didn't have like modern medicine.
So what they do?
So you would just die.
So you die
They
and the
would
baby
be-
die?
Yep. Or you would give birth and like the baby would die. Or if it was sick, we didn't have medicine during that time period. So you could, a premature babies that are born early, most of the time would die because they didn't have anything to, help them. They had no medicine. What? Oh, I hope not. Who knows what they did? They had midwives. They had midwives that were trained in like helping you give birth, but still, it wasn't clean. They didn't know how to clean things properly. Sometimes you get infections. The baby would get infections. Like okay. So go ahead, Paris. In my house.
Papa Pig's 23rd.
In my house. In my house.
Which one? Papa Pig's
I'm looking for
In my house. In my house, Thomas. It will topple you with this. It will
I'm
make-
at 23.
In my house.
Enter Mercy Lewis, the Putnam's servant.
Discovered witchcraft.
Your pardon, I only thought to see how Betty is.
Where aren't you going?
Her grandma come. She's in Foodville, I think. She give a powerless niece to find.
Aye, there's a sign of life.
You wanna see?
Mercy.
I fear no more. Godly put them. It were a grand sneeze, another like it will shake her wits together, I'm sure.
She goes to the bed to look.
Would you leave me there, Thomas? I would pray a while alone.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight. Why do you not go down and
Wait, it's page 13.
No,
Bring that
no.
out, 23. To Putnam.
I have no answers for that crowd. I'll wait till Mr. Hale arrives. To get
Mrs. Putnam to leave.
If you will, good be Annie.
Now look you, sir. Let you strike out against the devil, and the village will bless you for it. Come down, speak to them, pray with them. They're thirsting for your word, Mr. Surely you'll be. Pray with them.
Sweet.
I'll leave them in
A song.
song.
It's like a
But
song.
let you say nothing of witchcraft yet. I will not discuss it. The cause is yet unknown. I have enough contention since I came. I want no more.
well, see, you go home to with Iron Man, Mom.
I'm gonna
Mrs.
leave.
Putnam goes out. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can read half this book. To Abigail.
Now, book you.
I will read your
It's
book.
Paris.
Not mine.
Come on, Paris, get together.
Bro, what page?
Top
Sorry.
44.
24
Come
top.
on, this is why I can't say you guys can pay attention or you
Gotta
lose
be
the part.
someone.
I'm sorry, the thing is boring to read. That's not mine.
It's not boring. Have you gotten
You gotta
started
be
yet?
something.
I'm ready for it. If she starts
Yeah.
for the window, cry for me once.
Let Abigail.
I will.
I was gonna do Mercy. Go ahead.
There is a terrible power in our arms today.
I will be Betty.
Where are we?
We're at this with the hospital.
24 top.
We're hush.
No, it says, I welcome upon them. There's terrible power in our arms today. Goes out upon them with hushed trepidation.
How is Ruth sick?
It's too weirdish. I know not. She seems to walk like a dead one since last night.
Turns out once and goes to Betty, and now with fear in her voice, Betty doesn't move. She saves her.
Have you tried me?
Now stop this, Betty. Sit up now.
Betty doesn't stir. Mercy comes over,
Have you tried them?
meeting her.
Eating her? I gave Ruth a good one and it walked.
Waits her.
Wait her for a minute. Here, let me have her.
Holding Mercy back.
Now he'll be coming up. Listen now. If they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I told him as much already.
Hey. Or I. And what more?
He knows to be open to Ruth's sister to come out of the grave.
And what more?
He saw you naked.
Clapping her hands together with a frightened laugh.
Oh jeez.
Enter Mary Warren. We're gonna stop there. So Mary Warren's another servant. So we met Mercy, who's a servant. We met the Putnams, Abigail, Ruth. Well, heard about Ruth, Betty, Paris. Okay, and that's it right now. So bottom page 24. We'll stop there.
So we know a lot of characters.
Yeah. So we met like most of our. There's not many. There's only a few major characters. That's one.
And Abigail's one of the main.
Abigail's major, Proctor's major, Paris major, Hale's major. Kind of in this kind of. They're kind of like minor characters.
It's Ruth.
Or
It's Mercy that she made the words. She's Paris.
No, she's not in it very much. No.
Gotcha.
Betty's not in it very much, and Ruth's not in it very much. Mercy's in. Mary Warren's kind of important. But Mercy isn't important. Make sure you want to put your books away.
Good.
74.
Right.
We're gonna have
Right.
questions.
No.
She's at 74, I'm at 52.
My phone charges fast.
Jeez, your phone charge is so far.
I had 50% at first block. Or 90, something like that.
Let's see.
Either way, I was at 50% first block. Second block, I wasted 1 hour,
Yeah.
and I was at 20%.
Guys, these stickies are for your books. Put them in there. Fine.
Yeah. Don't see what's going on, I did it.
I'm not talking
Hopefully you
about
guys did it.
My English hurt, my home hurt, I was reading.
Yeah, I am good. I'll get my friends on the desk. No, I actually forgot all about it today. Until so I thought I put it in my pocket. And it's just
So, it's tomorrow pork as well, right?
I wish I got 50.
You, you're
traffic.
Have a good day.
I too.
What are we gonna do tomorrow?
We're on at 1.
Oh yeah.
Depending.
I just wonder what's gonna happen later. But see you later. Okay.
Have a good night.
Alright, you too.
Tea Club is canceled for Thursday. Tea Club is canceled for
What did he draw? What is that? Is that like... What's that? Why is he even doing that? Weird, right? It's fake. Wait, what are you doing? Fake money right there.
You can use.
That's strange, right?
You can use it.
Yeah, totally use them, right? Illegal purpose. You're gonna get in trouble.